Hi, welcome to Carter's Corner. I'm here with Ed Turcott-Chemsky and I'm Peter Carter. As always, we cannot confirm or deny the things we say today are true. We'll leave that up for you to decide. Our story has sparked much speculation and debate amongst the residents of Goffstown over the years. For the people that don't know, Goffstown has a population of around 15,000. It is broken into 3 districts. The village where the town hall is, and it has a small downtown area with shops. Next there is Bernardville, which is an urban area and basically is an extension of West Manchester. Lastly, we live in Grassmere, and that is where a more rural section is, where much of the story originates. The history of this story. There have been many sightings of a strange creature in the Piscatti River over the years. The river is 63 miles in length and empties into the Merrimack River that flows all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. The majority of the sightings in Goffstown, however, have been between the bridge at Old Henry Bridge Road and Nurse's Hole in the Piscatti River. Nurse's Hole has been ground zero for the sightings. In the late 1800s into the early 1900s, the south side of the river had the Hillsborough County Nursing Home, which included some elderly patients and people with psychiatric issues. The nurses used to walk down to the river and eat their lunches at the bend in the river. Thus the name Nurse's Hole. Many of the nurses and some psychiatric patients reported seeing a serpent-like creature in the water.
Because of the folklore surrounding Nurse's Hole, as well as our numerous sightings of an unidentified moving animal, often known as a UMA, we are visiting the Goffstown Historical Society, home to a treasure trove of literature and artifacts of years gone by. Their data confirms Abnaki Indians who inhabited this area hundreds of years ago, their claims of the existence of an animal in the river they called Piscatti. According to the Abnaki language, Piscatti roughly translates to big serpent, their legendary water spirit in Abnaki mythology.
So Ed, the legend of Piscatti is that the creature eats rodents, cats, squirrels, other mammals along the river. And it just so happens, coincidentally, a number of cats are always missing in our neighborhood. And we're not seeing as many squirrels along the rivers as we used to. What do you think about that?
I've noticed the same thing. Yeah. My experience was being down pretty much where we are now, and I heard a splash that there is no fish large enough in this river to account for it. And I saw the back, curved back. That's all I could see. Dark, but the pictures I've seen of plesiosaurs, they also have a pretty curved back. They were large, and they certainly, especially the short-necked ones, had very sharp teeth. And so I can't explain that either. The lights you saw, since I know when you told me about them, there were no grandchildren around, which would have been the only thing I could have thought of, because at times they are fire-breathing grandchildren. But since they weren't around, I don't have any explanation.
Let me tell you a little bit about what happened to me. It's similar. I was down the river fishing right around the corner here. This is about 10 years ago, right at dusk. And, making a few casts, and all of a sudden, this beast just floats up to the top of the surface, and all I see is a flipper, which is unusual because most fish would have a dorsal fin, And the water displacement on either side of the beast was immense, And it was getting dark, so I really couldn't get a good look at it as the water was dark and I couldn't get a good view of what it was. But I know, if I was to guess, it'd probably somewhere be 5, 7, 8 feet long. I bet you it weighed at least 300 pounds. And the thing is those plesiosaurs, what I've learned about them is they may have evolved over the years. And as you know, like dinosaurs, like reptiles and those types of things have gotten smaller. And I think if we're looking at plesiosaurs in here, it's probably with time has gotten a little bit smaller, and it hangs out in the deeper pools of this river. And then when the water goes down, it heads down, to the dams areas and stays for the summer.
The literature I've read says that they were between 5 and 49 feet, which certainly fits what you saw. Also, their feet were flippered. They were like penguins because they swam with them in the water. And they were more aquatic, though the short neck ones were known to come on the land. And so all of that, to me, at least gives some credibility to what you saw.
I'm just one of the odor you smell just before you see them. It has something to do with that maybe fire breathing thing. You know, because maybe that's when they eat something that
That
it
didn't
comes out of
agree
their
with
mouth.
them.
'Cause I've never heard one, but you know, you sort of smell the thing, and the smell has to be coming out of their mouth. That's all I can say. You know,
Possible.
What do you think?
Well, either from their mouth or it's exuding from their body. I don't know which. I know it's sort of like a rotten egg smell, which is a sulfur-based type of smell. I think your speculation is as good as any. So, Peter, I'm sure our audience, as well as myself, have been wondering what that necklace is that you're wearing. There must be a reason.
Ed, I'm glad you asked that question because I'm wearing this because these are plesiosaurs teeth, believe it or not.
Oh.
I was doing an archaeological dig down beyond Nurse's Hole in the sand there, and not too far down I came across these teeth. And they match, if you've ever seen pictures of a plesiosaur, they match the size and the length of the teeth. You know, I just thought it's pretty intriguing. You know, what do you think?
I think it's a great idea of putting that together as a necklace. I could see, you know, the old Abnaki doing the same if they came across, just like we do with shark teeth today.
Yeah.
That came from the megalodons.
Yeah.
So, absolutely makes sense to me.
I mean, I just thought it's nice to have some evidence of the creature itself.
Absolutely.
You know.
Peter, after the unidentified animal sighting that I had right where we're standing, I called New Hampshire Fish and Game and reported my sighting. And it was very interesting because they were very clear that they did not deal with anything in the extraterrestrial or paranormal or UFO type of area. They referred me to the UAP, which is a branch of the Department of Defense, and it comes under unidentified anomalous phenomena. And that's where I should report this. So it just seems strange with the number of creature sightings there have been that they were sort of shoveling off to the federal level.
Invasive.
Yeah, very evasive. And there have been a lot of sightings, and this, it was a little unsettling.
Over the years, there have been a lot of legend and tales about Piscatti. There have even been some confusion with the actual name of the beast. The original name Piscatti came from the Abnaki Indians and the other tribes that lived along the Piscataqua River. Once the dam on the river was built, it created Glen Lake. After that, people on the lake that encountered the animal called it Glenny, believe it or not. We believe Glenny and Piscatti are the same animals. Because of the animal existing long before the dam was constructed, the correct name should be used as Piscatti. Our research at the Historical Society using AI led to a remarkable discovery. AI was able to work through language barriers, cultural differences, and a significant passage of time to roughly translate an Abnaki poem that corroborates many of our findings. The following poem is a result of countless hours of stunning research. We are lucky enough to have with us a young woman with Native American descent, Erica Messimer.
Come close, little ones, and lend me an ear. An old Abnaki tale you'll soon hear of something that lived where a river flows, where shadows move and no one knows. A long time before, dating back to the time of the dinosaur, there swam a beast both strange and grand in the waters that run through this very land. Scientists have named it the plesiosaur, a creature from Earth's ancient core. Some had necks both long and lean, like snakes that swam through forests green. They feasted on fish and did not cause a fright. Others had short necks with jaws of might. They were meat eaters that hunted in the night. They caused the tribe great dismay. Regardless, both could make the strongest run away. The Abnaki tribe called it Piscatti. The Piscataquag River, calm and deep, held secrets the night could barely keep. It said the bravest would shake and hide when something massive stirred inside. Piscatti, they shouted with fear in their voice, a name not given by casual choice. It wasn't just story or a child's curse. The stench of rotten eggs warned them first. Think it's a tale too wild to be true? Then ask old Nessie or Champ in the blue. There have been sightings, reports, even of lore, of shadows that slink from river to the shore. Now some may tell you of Glennie too, but don't believe everything passed as true. Not all who whisper are speaking straight. Some myths are born just a few decades too late. So listen well, little ones, and think it through. What's real, what's tale, it's up to you. But when you spot a misplaced log lurking there within the fog, don't forget, old Piscatti, in fact, still haunts the Piscataquag, sharp and intact.
This creature looks like, because it said it looked like a snake or reptilian.
Its neck gave the appearance because it's long. You know what a Brontosaurus is? Those are the old dinosaurs that had the really long.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that long, but it had a long neck that people thought, especially the Abnaki, looked like a snake. But they also had a short neck variety that was carnivorous because it had lots of teeth. Mm-hmm. The other was pretty much, it might eat some fish, but it mostly was vegetarian. And remember, in days gone by, the water levels were much higher. Because right now, it would only be comfortable in the holes, like Nurse's Rock, that, which, by the way, is right behind you. That's Nurse's Rock up there, right at the bend. And that's probably one of the deeper spots.
I have a question.
What?
So, like the second story that we just heard, like that snake thing, maybe it's like the grandfather of the snake, water snakes that go in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It mutated?
Yeah. It mutated.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said you smelled something. Like, what did it?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because it seems like these things might have had a gland in their mouth, and when it mixed with the saliva, it caused like methane, and it would like either cause it to like look like a light, or it would create a bad egg smell. And the thing is it seems like the folklore is that every time you smelled that, it appeared.
How big is it? Because like if it's a pig, it's like really big. It could be a human. And if it's like small, like it could eat your leg maybe.
What the actual plesiosaurs ranged in size from 5 feet to 49 feet, which would mean 100 or so pounds to hundreds of pounds in terms of bulk. And I think Piscatti, being of the short neck variety, is probably nowhere near 49 feet. But anywhere from 5 to 10, that would make sense to me.
And so, do we think they're nocturnal?
That's a good question. In our experience, everything seems to happen at dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think they were way back nocturnal? No. I think they were probably, awake for part of the evening, but like us. But no, they also were in the day. But now, and I think that's because of the fact we have a human population.
I know. What's it me? That's Piscatti, I think.
No,
I don't know.
That's your butt. That's your butt. I think that's your butt.
Oh my God. Ed, what?
I mean, if that doesn't look like Piscatti, I don't know what does.
Joey, I'm feeding you to it.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God.
I mean, would that, if you were a Native American, would that not scare the heck out of you?
That would scare me.
No?
That would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
I mean, and notice how it's hanging around the rocks because, you know, it's taking a look to see is there any small mammals, any fish that it might be able to grab.
Joey, go on the rocks.
Don't be afraid, Joey.
Yeah, I promise I won't eat you. Oh my god.
Shannon, I don't understand. What?
The story, definitely.
Think any of it's true?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd like to think that like that stuff would be true, but we know that like don't swim in the river or else.
Don't go in the river?
Yeah.